Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for dropping by. Well, it's review day again today. We've reviewed quite a few products this week, and we've got another one by our old friends Svbony, and boy have we got a great little product here. Now, before I go any further, folks, I just want to make one point clear. I do not get paid. I've got no affiliate links with Svbony whatsoever. Svbony just simply send me products and I just review them here on the channel. Now, I don't just review anything. I do get lots of offers for lots of things, and there's lots of products I do turn down because if I don't think they're beneficial to you, then they certainly won't be featured on this channel. All I can promise you is my honest opinion. So what have we got today? Well, this is the 2x Barlow Lens by Svbony, but in my opinion, this is the ultimate Barlow lens. In fact, if you're out shopping for a Barlow lens, trust me, go no further. This is the one you need to buy. Again, I'm not being paid to say this. Now, there's a good reason why I think this of this particular style of Barlow lens, and I'm so pleased that Svbony have included this in the range, or this style of Barlow, because you don't see it on every single Barlow. Trust me, you have to shop around a bit to find all the features that this one has. Now, just quickly, if you don't know what a Barlow is for, you use a Barlow with your telescope, you use it before the eyepiece, and once it's set up this way, what the Barlow's actually done is, in this case, doubled the focal length. Because if you look at all Barlows, they usually have a number like an X or a time sign followed by a number, and that number is how many times the Barlow lens is going to manipulate the focal length. Well, this is a 2x Barlow, so in this case, it's going to double the focal length of any given telescope. For instance, in a 600 telescope, you use it with a Barlow lens, it's going to turn that telescope into a 1200mm focal length telescope. So for instance, if you were using, say, a 20mm eyepiece and it gave you a certain amount of magnification without the Barlow, when you insert the Barlow, in actual fact, it's like doubling the power of your eyepiece, because it's going to make that eyepiece twice as powerful. But of course, it's not the eyepiece that's getting twice as powerful, it's just the Barlow manipulating the focal length, making the focal length appear to be longer. Now, this is really useful when we need to boost the power up or the magnification for such as observing the planets, and also they can be incredibly useful for astrophotography, and this one's certainly catered for that too, as I will explain when we move on to its little party tricks that this particular Barlow's got, and why I think it's the ultimate Best Buy Barlow. Let's just start with the build quality. I mean, it's all metal construction for a start. As soon as you get it out of the box, again, this one feels lovely and got a bit of weight to it, which always gives you a bit of confidence of quality. The optics are down at the business end here, and I have to say they are so good for the money. I don't know how Svbony are doing it or who's manufacturing their optics, but they're certainly doing a good job of them and keeping the cost down. Now, of course, they're fully multi-coated, which is to be expected these days in so-called quality optics. It is a double lens element system, again only usually found in better quality Barlow lenses. Now, it does take, did I mention it's 1.25 inches? It's 1.25 inches, by the way, and it takes 1.25 inches standard eyepieces. The other nice little feature I do like about it is the blacking they've used inside the barrel of this, and it's a really nice matte finish, and this is really important in optics. This is why telescopes are blackened, and it's purely to cut down light scattering or reflections, because whenever we get light scattering where we don't want it to, that means loss of quality of image, basically. So this nicely blackened images, they've really gone to town with that and thought about that carefully. Now, optically, like I say, I didn't have much doubts, to be honest, because I've not been disappointed with anything Svbony's brought out, to be honest, and I have reviewed quite a few items on this channel. The optics are beautiful for, like I say, for the price. What cheaper Barlows can suffer from is a little bit like cheaper refracting telescopes, and that's chromatic aberration, which is false colour. And I can assure you there's little to no chromatic aberration with the optics in this Barlow lens. So let's move on to some of its little party tricks, as I like to call them. And like I say, you don't get this on every Barlow. Well, I suppose we'll start from the top and work our way down. If you look closely, we've got a thread there. Now, what that's for is so you can fit a T-ring adapter for digital cameras. And like I say, not all Barlows have got this, and it's so handy to have that. And with this being a fully metal steel constructed Barlow, it does give you confidence that, you know, to put an expensive camera to fit on end of there and have no worry about something going wrong and it falling off. But moving on to why I love this style of Barlow so much is this feature here where the lens element is. Now you'll find that this will actually unscrew. And you can totally remove this. Don't worry, nothing's going to fall out. And what you're left with is just an empty tube, basically. This is where all the magic happens. But in actual fact, what you have done there is you have turned one Barlow into two Barlows. Basically, you're getting two Barlows for the price of one. And the way this works is you can now just attach this lens cell directly to any standard eyepiece that has a thread. And attaching that to the bottom of the eyepiece, this is how you would use the Barlow now, and just place that back into the focuser. And what this in actual fact has done is reduced the power of the focal length and dropped it down to something like 1.5. So like I say, just with this one little trick of being able to remove this cell, you've got two for the price of one, basically. Now, if you think about it, what's really great about this, say you only have one eyepiece in your collection, that's automatically tripled your eyepiece collection. You've now got three eyepieces. You've got an eyepiece that you could use directly into the focuser, an eyepiece used with the Barlow, and an eyepiece used with the Barlow cell itself, which is just going to give you three different magnifications, just like having three eyepieces. So you can see why I love this Barlow so much. And for the price, now, so how much is this going to cost you? Well, at the minute, folks, this is going for round about £25. And like, again, I'm not getting paid to say this. I would go and grab one now, because I think at the time of recording this video, Svbony have got some kind of promotional offer on. I may be wrong, but just it's worth going to check and snatching one of these up, because I'm sure that these are going to go up in price as soon as the word gets out about them. Now, as always, folks, I will leave a link if you're interested in getting one of these in the description below. And that's about all I can say about this great little Barlow. It's certainly going to be my go-to Barlow now. I absolutely love this thing. It's great. And for that price, £25, I think it's an absolute steal at that price. Well, folks, that's another one all wrapped up. Thank you so much for watching if you have watched this far, and I sincerely mean that. I really do appreciate everybody that watches my videos and also gives me that thumbs up, because it really does help a small channel out like mine. In the meantime, folks, take good care of yourselves, and I will see you soon.